I see the future just like Cleo. Lost with Mars. Once more, once more, once more. She evil like a motherfucker, I don't even fuck her no more.
This is how I made my first ever short film using nothing but a webcam I bought off the TikTok shop for like $30-$40. Now I just want to introduce myself real quick. Hey, my name is Meyze. I'm an aspiring film director, also a college student. But funny enough, actually, the school I go to doesn't offer any film classes at all, actually. That's actually a lie. Well, at least not in its entirety. This is future Meyze, Gonna be adding some stuff in. I forgot to record the first time around the video, so gonna be popping in. But I did find out my school actually does offer film classes. They're not film classes in the way you think it is. They're like film studies of like how did like the media progress throughout the years, like sci-fi, horror, black media. The closest thing I can find to a film class is like a light production class. And the only reason I can't take it right now is because I have to do a year of theater class first to even be able to sign up for it. So it's in the works. Enough of me talking. Back to the past, Meyze. So a lot of things I do and a lot of things I learned are either self-taught or straight off YouTube. And a lot of the YouTubers I watch to help get more experience, actually, it helped me a lot with people like Isaac Carlton, William Baker, and Tanner Browning. Those YouTubers really helped me a lot, especially starting out, getting experience in this field. First, I had to analyze the room for props. After I did that, that's when my concept of the film started to come together for real. This is where I knew that this film was going to be less on the dialogue side, more on the visuals and sound effects side, because this is the only mic I have currently. And I only had this one weird shaped lamp where the light goes straight. Forgot to actually talk about my experience using the actual webcam. I don't know how, but my experience using the webcam, it was hard because as this webcam, it focuses on the subject in the face. So using it like in long distances across the room or like different angles was hard to get it to focus, because when it's not focused, it kind of goes very, very, very staticky. When it's staticky, you can't really see. It's more outline-ish. It wasn't the look I was going for. Also, another problem I noticed was low light. Low light made the quality super hard to focus. Even when I had the camera quality, when I had the web camera up close, it made it super hard to focus. That was the main problem of trying to get everything straight with the webcam and just using the webcam. Besides that, I really didn't have no problems using the webcam. See how it's graining and it's not really focusing on my face. I don't really like that. It's still kind of low quality, but I can deal with it. It's dark outside and I'm trying to recreate the sunset. It doesn't look like much on this camera, but on here it kind of looks like I was able to recreate it a little bit. I don't know, but that's the problem dealing with the lighting. I mean, honestly, looking at it, if you look at it at the right angle, it kind of looks like a sun. But it's really just this shitty lamp in the blinds pointing out the road. And it doesn't not the way the light beam flicks is super weird. And midway while I was setting up, I spilled water on my computer. Bruh, no way, bro. I just spilled, it's drying now, but I spilled water on this shit and now it's not working. This was a major setback because I had two computers I was going to use. One computer I was going to use to record with the webcam, and the other one I was going to use as a major prop in the film. And now I have to use the laptop to actually use the webcam. And I can't use it as a prop because it's not going to fit right with the film. And this was rough because I had to think the entire way of the film and how it was going to go. After my major setback, I started to form my idea. Started to get my first shot, and I started to make a shot list. Now, Don't come too crazy at me because I don't draw. I'm not really good at drawing, but I did my best to actually try to recreate the room the best as I could. And also, don't come for my handwriting because I was in a rush. Another thing I forgot to talk about with making the shot list, after I like redesigned the room or redrew the room on paper and I drew a C of where the camera angle was going to be pointing at, that kind of helped me think better and started to build the flow of kind of how the story was going to actually go. After I made my first shot on the shot list, this is where I knew 100% where I wanted to go with the film. It was going to be me coming back to my dorm after a long day. Then I get an email from my teacher reminding me that the homework is due tonight. I get frustrated by it, so I just go to sleep. I wake up, go straight to the homework. I can't really do the homework. I'm struggling with the homework. Get frustrated. I get a text to come outside. Now I immediately drop my homework and grab my stuff and leave. I wanted this to be more of a like towards the commercial side of short films versus like a short movie for short film, because it's like my very first one. I wanted to keep it simple, not like I didn't want to try to do too much that I couldn't handle. After many, very many shots, I finally completed my shot list. But it was now time for the hardest part yet, the sound design. In my recordings and in the shots, I actually didn't use a live mic because, as you can obviously tell, I don't have the best mic quality right now. So I spent a lot of time just going around the room, filming random audios that I could use, and I felt so silly and it felt so stupid doing it. But after a couple of hours, I finally got all the sounds I needed, and it was on to the next part. Another thing I forgot to mention with the sound design part was just how really hard it is to actually isolate sound with this mic, especially like shots when I opened this door, when I flicked off the light switch. A lot of this sound of my air conditioning and just like still sounds of technology running in the background kept getting picked up, so I actually decided to throw in like a digital air conditioning sound to make it sound more unique throughout the film. So when you hear it, that's actually not the background of their air conditioning, but you can, like in some of the audio clips, you can actually hear my air conditioning going off or like something in the background. So I tried to isolate the audio as best as I could. After like thousands and thousands of retries, it was super hard to do the sound design, but we finally figured out a way. Now editing. I've edited before, not videos like this and not films, but I've edited before. I'm quite familiar with like websites with CapCut, DaVinci Resolve and stuff like that. Back in high school, I used to make like these fun little edits, like stop motion edits, clone effects, all types of other stuff. I used to just do that for fun. So I have like some type of basis on editing and like not Photoshop, but like Texafy, whatever it's called. So I kind of knew what I was doing there, but I wanted to do stuff I haven't done before, so that took probably most of my time, was the editing part. But even though I knew I could have made it faster if I cut more corners, but I wanted to make it not as best as I can, but I wanted to do it with little to no errors. Another thing I forgot to talk about, well, I talked about it, but I want to go more in depth with, was the editing. Boy, the editing whooped my ass. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That shit is hard as hell. Obviously, I did have experience editing before, but not editing stuff like this. That's why I didn't do, also that's why another reason I didn't do color grading on it. I chose not to do color grading on it because I really don't know how to, I know sort of a little bit of color grading, but I don't know how to do it 100%. But using that Fusion tab for like just the moving text animations, and they're like, honestly, they didn't come out as best as I want it to be, but I just had to let bygones be bygones. It was taking up too much time. Fusion tab like just whooped my ass. That shit is hard. So I wanted to add one final shot to really tie together that was missing. So there's a speaker shot so I can have music playing in the background so it makes sense. So this sort of set up, I'm on top of this wardrobe. After 3 hours, I finally was able to do the effect where it sounds like this speaker is playing in the background, and it's so hard to do. After hours and hours and hours of straight tutorials and editing, I finally finished my very first short film. Now, I know this was my very first one, but it's probably not going to be that good. And I expect it not to be good because I know it's my first. And this is like a field where you're only supposed to get better and better. But I just want like to say, like in the comments, don't fry me, but like, you know, just like say this shit ass and tell me how to get better. If you're gonna call it ass, you're gonna say it's shitty, that's fine. But at least tell me how to get better. Don't just say the shit ass and you feel me? Because I actually do want to get better at this. Like every time I post a new video, I want people to see the growth I have. I want people to see the difference between this video and videos 3 months from now. And I just want it to be like a chain event of my like timeline of growth.
It's a good guy, he looked it up. So if I was an NY, I should look it up. I, first time I saw you, and you text nothing like you look. It's a gay bar you took me to. It's when I realized you talk so much more than I do. It's highlights when I was convinced. And much more, it's some song that shit. I know you don't need me right now.